Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's good to be back in this internet space with you. It feels a little bit like coming home. If you're new here, hello, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our deep dives into fascinating corners of the world and the human experience. Today, we're talking about something that makes some people blush, others cheer, and probably makes your aunt avoid eye contact at family gatherings: sex. More specifically, we're diving into the land of free sex, those countries known for their open-minded approach to sexuality, sexual freedom, and all the complexities that come with it. So, buckle up, maybe grab a beverage that pairs well with open-mindedness. I'm partial to a good cup of Earl Grey myself, and let's get this exploration started. First stop on our world tour of love and liberation, the Netherlands. Now, you might be picturing canals, bicycles, and maybe some delicious stroopwafels. All accurate, by the way. But beyond those iconic images, the Netherlands has a long and fascinating history of being remarkably progressive when it comes to matters of the bedroom. We're talking about a country that legalized sex work, which immediately sets them apart in a world where this profession is often stigmatized and driven underground. And it's not just about legality. The Netherlands emphasizes the safety and rights of sex workers. But the Dutch approach to sex goes way beyond just one profession. They've really embraced this idea of sexual health being just as important as dental hygiene, something you take care of, talk about openly, and don't just shove under the rug. Their approach to sex education is comprehensive. In the Netherlands, they start talking to kids about sex and relationships early on in a way that's factual, age-appropriate, and actually helpful. They cover consent, different kinds of relationships, and sexual health in a way that's not just about avoiding disease, but about understanding your own body and pleasure. This open, honest approach seems to be working. Studies have shown that the Netherlands has lower rates of teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections compared to many other developed countries. Now, of course, no country is perfect, and the Netherlands has its own set of challenges and ongoing debates. But when it comes to creating a culture of openness, dialogue, and respect around sex, they're definitely onto something. So, as we move on to our next country on the list, keep that idea of openness and dialogue in mind. Up next, Sweden, where the conversation about sex is as refreshing as a dip in a Scandinavian lake, or so I've heard. Stick around. All right, from the land of windmills and tulips, we travel north to a land often associated with sleek design, cozy winter nights, and very progressive views on sex. That's right, we're talking about Sweden. Sweden is a big deal in sexual liberation. They tackle these conversations head-on with pragmatism and equality. Sweden ranks high in gender equality and champions LGBTQ+ rights. Different forms of love and relationships are celebrated. Sweden excels in comprehensive sex education. They start young and keep the conversation going, teaching everything from anatomy to consent and respect, emphasizing emotional intelligence and communication, equipping young people to navigate sexuality safely. Sweden has low teen pregnancy rates and excels in sexual health, normalizing open and honest conversations about sex. It removes shame and stigma, fostering learning and growth. Sweden's open approach to sex and relationships is refreshing. How can we apply these lessons in our own communities? The more we talk, the more we understand. Up next, we're heading to Germany. Don't go anywhere. This world tour is just getting started. Chapter 3. Germany, where freedom rings, especially on the dance floor. Guten Tag, everyone, and welcome to Germany. Land of beer gardens, breathtaking castles, and a pretty liberal approach to sex and personal freedom. When you think of Germany, you might think of their efficiency, their love of cars, or maybe even their complicated history. And while those are all valid associations, Germany also has this other side to it, a side that embraces self-expression, celebrates diversity, and isn't afraid to push boundaries, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and other body parts. Let's start with Berlin, shall we? Because if there's a city that embodies this spirit of freedom and exploration, it's Berlin. This city has been through a lot: wars, division, reunification, and it's come out the other side with a fierce determination to live life on its own terms. Berlin's nightlife is legendary, and I'm not just talking about your average bars and clubs. We're talking about spaces that push boundaries, that experiment with art, music, and yes, sexuality. places where people can express themselves freely, explore different facets of their identity, and just let loose in a way that's uniquely Berlin. But this isn't just about partying, folks. Germany, like the Netherlands, has a well-established framework for sex work. And again, it's not just about legalization. It's about regulation that prioritizes the safety and rights of sex workers. When it comes to sexual health, Germany is right up there with the best of them. They've got comprehensive sex education in schools, easily accessible healthcare, and a general attitude that encourages people to take care of their sexual well-being. It's about recognizing that sexuality is a natural part of being human, and that everyone deserves to explore it in a way that feels safe, consensual, and fulfilling. So, as we raise a glass to Germany's open-minded approach to sex and personal freedom, let's remember this. Creating a world where everyone feels empowered to embrace their own sexuality is an ongoing journey. It's about education, access to healthcare, and fostering a culture of respect and understanding. Next stop, Brazil. Get ready for a vibrant celebration of life, love, and everything in between. You won't want to miss it. Chapter 4, Brazil, where passion ignites and carnival sets the rhythm. Hola everyone, and welcome to Brazil, land of samba, sunshine, and a whole lot of passion. And when I say passion, I'm not just talking about their love for soccer, though that is definitely a force to be reckoned with. We're talking about a country that embraces life, love, and sexuality with a vibrancy that's contagious. Have you ever been to Carnival? If you haven't, add it to your bucket list right now. Because Carnival in Brazil is like nothing you've ever experienced. It's a celebration of life in its purest form. Music, dancing, elaborate costumes, and yes, a whole lot of skin. But Carnival is more than just a party. It's a time when social norms are relaxed, inhibitions are shed, and people are free to express themselves in ways they might not otherwise. And that includes expressing their sexuality. Brazil, like many countries, still has a ways to go when it comes to certain aspects of sexual freedom. There are still challenges, inequalities, and stigmas that need to be addressed. But what's exciting about Brazil is the energy, the openness, and the willingness to challenge the status quo. You see this in their vibrant LGBTQ+ community, which has fought hard for its rights and continues to be a powerful force for change. Brazil is a country of contrasts, and its relationship with sexuality is no different. So, as we soak up the sun and the energy of Brazil, let's remember this: the journey towards sexual freedom is not always linear. Next up, we're heading to a land known for its breathtaking landscapes, its adventurous spirit, and its progressive attitude towards sex and relationships. Get ready to explore the beauty of New Zealand, inside and out. Chapter 5, New Zealand, where nature inspires and acceptance reigns. Kia ora everyone, and welcome to New Zealand, land of towering mountains, sparkling fjords, and a refreshingly open-minded approach to sex and relationships. You might know New Zealand as the home of Middle-earth, thanks to those epic Lord of the Rings movies. Or maybe you think of their rugby team, the All Blacks, who are basically national heroes. And while those are both definitely valid associations, New Zealand has another equally impressive claim to fame: its progressive social policies and its commitment to equality. New Zealand has this reputation for being a bit of a trailblazer when it comes to social progress. They were one of the first countries to give women the right to vote, and they've been at the forefront of LGBTQ+ rights for decades. This commitment to equality extends to their approach to sex and relationships. And one of the things New Zealand really emphasizes is consent. They understand that healthy relationships are built on a foundation of respect, communication, and enthusiastic consent. And they're not afraid to talk about it in schools, in the media, and in everyday conversations. New Zealand's sex education program is something other countries could learn a thing or two from. It's comprehensive, age-appropriate, and designed to give young people the information they need to make informed decisions about their bodies and relationships. They talk about consent, different sexual orientations and gender identities, healthy relationships, and how to recognize unhealthy ones. New Zealand has relatively low rates of teen pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections, which suggests that their focus on education and prevention is having a positive impact. Beyond the statistics, there's a sense of acceptance and respect in New Zealand that's truly refreshing. So, as we marvel at the beauty of New Zealand's landscapes, let's also take a moment to appreciate the beauty of their social progress. Background music swells. We've just scratched the surface of the top countries known for their liberal attitudes towards sex. Each of these nations offers a unique approach to sexual freedom and expression. If you found this video enlightening, remember to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Share your thoughts about sexual freedom in your country in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you in our next episode. On-screen text, thanks for watching, subscribe for more. Background music fades out.